Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Holly Wolly Whoopsie. I'm Holly and today I'm going to talk about my DIY floss storage, how I keep all of my threads together, and in a relatively small space as well. So if you're the same as me and you haven't got enough space for a whole beautiful wall of threads, then stick around. This might be something that you can utilise at home. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. But let's get into the video. So first of all, I just want to preface this by saying this is not finished. It's a work in progress still. I still have a lot of floss drops or flosses that I need to put onto drops, I should say. But I thought this is probably a good place to start, just so you can kind of see the process, exactly kind of what I'm doing and how, you know, from where I started to like what I've got now. And you can get the general gist of like how my organisation works. So I mentioned in a previous video that my mum gifted me all of her flosses, and I thought I would show you that they just kind of came in a bag like this, and they are in each like colour is in just a Polly Pocket. So yeah, we've had our work cut out, let's put it that way. And yeah, we've got like Madeira silks in there, which actually are my Madeira silks. I just kind of let my mum keep them. But like, look how many are in this green one. Like, what the hell? There's like way too many. So yeah, so I've done quite a lot of them, but we still have a lot more to go. This was absolutely like busted out. Like, it was ridiculous how like full this was of all of the threads. So I've had my work cut out, let's put it that way. Now, the floss drops obviously I wanted pip and chip ones, but I just can't justify the price of those. So I was like, how can I do this so it's relatively cheap, it's easy, and it kind of doesn't take up a lot of storage space. So I was trying to work out how, you know, how everything can be as cheap and as cheerful as possible. So I've got one of these boxes from IKEA. Ignore the brown tape that is on this, because this is the second time I'm actually filming this, because the handle was just banging the whole way through. Didn't realise, I was completely oblivious, and it was really distracting on the video. So I was like, let me just film this again. So I've got one of these IKEA boxes. Now, the pip and chip ones, there's like a special insert you can get, and they're all kind of like laid out really nice, really organised, so you can kind of just pull them out really easily. But it goes over 4 boxes of this, which is good, but like 4 boxes of these is still quite, I don't know, that I don't really have much space in my house to justify like 4. And also I don't really know how much of the collection I've got, like how many like actual colours I have. And I know I've got a lot because I'm not even like halfway through. But like look how many stickers I've used from like these. So like that, I've used quite a lot of stickers already. So it will be interesting to see how much of the collection I actually have by the time I've finished. So what I first started doing was I made some out of card, and I tested them after like a few, and I was like, I don't like this. Like, they just felt really like horrible as I was like pulling them off of the card. So I was like, I don't like this idea. Then I was shopping in the range randomly, and I found in the hobby section some like, I don't know what it's called, like acetate. Is it acetate? Like that really thin plastic that you can get, which is like this. So when it wants to blow. So yeah, so I ended up making some of these, and I got like a craft punch, put it through the middle, so I had somewhere to like loop it over. I don't know if you'll see that because that looks very transparent to me, but you might be able to see that. So that's what I was doing, but I realised I didn't like this either, because it was very thin, and when I was pulling it out, it was curling it, because it was so like rigid. The cardboard I didn't find curled it as much, but it was like when you've got ribbon and you use a pair of scissors to like curl it. Oh my god, it's got like a cat hair like go up my nose. Yeah, so I realised I didn't like this, but I realised too late because I made like 100 of these, which took ages. And I also attached them, the threads to them, used the stickers. So yeah, so we've got to like redo everything, because then I realised just go for acrylic, Holly, just bite the bullet. So I ended up finding like an alternative like acrylic, these kind of like teardrop shapes, just with one hole at the bottom, one hole at the top to put it on a binder ring. And we have been going for this. And these have been working so much better. The acrylic, it doesn't curl it as easily. Sometimes I still get it occasionally, but I find it's the way you pull it out that makes a difference. If I pull it, like if I'm getting a thread and I pull it up, for some reason that curls it, whereas if I pull it like directly back against itself, I find that doesn't curl as much. Top tip. So yeah, so that's kind of how that is. Now, let me show you inside my box. So this is what I've done, and I literally have them all on these beams, or bars, whatever you want to call them. What I did is I made like these battens out of just like some wood that was like lying around from a DIY project. I worked out how I needed to space them, and I basically drilled a hole, like measured that out, drilled a hole, and then I got like a jigsaw or like a handsaw, whatever you've got, and I did 2 lines to get to the edge of the hole that I drilled so I could rest them in. So these just obviously rest directly in that little ridge bit. And then I've kind of just put them on as they are. So like I said, these are all like those plastic ones. You can see I've actually done quite a lot of them, annoyingly. But we've got pink, I've done pinks and purples, I've done blues. These are like taupey colours and greys, more blues. And then I've done orange over here. But you can see, like I've done, there will be about 100 here, because that's how many of these things I've made. So that's 100. So like, look how many I can actually fit in this box. It's like crazy. It doesn't really take up that much space at all. So from that perspective, I'm like really happy with this. The only thing is, if I want like this colour that's in the middle, that is a bit of a mission to get out, because obviously I have to like slide off the ones either side of it, and then kind of take it out from there, then put them all back on. Most of that time all the holes are like not lined up anymore, so I'm kind of like putting them on one by one. So there are negatives and drawbacks, as I have since discovered, but for the most part I'm happy with this. Now if I was doing new starts like all the time, I think it would probably be a little bit annoying just for that aspect, but because, I mean, even if I get a thread out once a week, I can still cope with that level of awkwardness. And if you have limited space like me, like I don't have space for a wall that is out of sunlight that I can justify. Like my spare room is not a craft room, unfortunately. I would absolutely love that, but my spare room is my salon, because I'm a nail salon, like nail tech. So I don't have like spare rooms in my house that I can justify having a craft room. So yeah, I can't fit a massive amount of like storage containers and having it looking all pretty, unfortunately. But this unit next to me, I've got 2 drawers which I keep my like current like whips and stuff that I'm working on, as well as like bits and bobs. And then the bottom, like the Kallax unit, is just where I keep this. So it's like ideal. I've got like everything for my stitching like here. So I do really like that aspect. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say about it. It just might give you a bit of an idea of another way that you can do some kind of storage. You will have to like make a little bit, and I just stuck that on with like no more nails. So it's relatively easy to do, even if you have like low DIY skills, and you just buy some like metal bar things, beams. I can't remember what the size of these are, but they only look like they're about 2 mil, like thick rods. So it was relatively easy to do. It's just I don't know how long term of a solution this will be for me. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I should be able to get like my whole collection in there, even if it was a full collection, even if it turns out I've actually got the majority of them, I will still be able to fit that in like really easily, which is good, because yeah, the option of having like multiple boxes is a little bit out of my storage capacities in my house. So when I was doing research on like what to do for this, like and how to go about it, I didn't see anyone doing it in this way with like the bars and like storing it this way. People were having like hooks in cupboards and putting them on binder rings. They were showing you how to make like your actual own like floss drop thing, which was all good. It was giving me like lots of ideas, but I didn't really see anyone storing it in a box in this way. So that's why I thought I'd pretty much, I'll make a video on it. Just to kind of show you another way that might be suitable for you, might not, but if you're short on space like me, short on cash that you can't afford some big system, then this might be a good option for you. So there you go, thanks for watching, and if you have any comments, leave them below, see what you think of my slightly random way of storing my flosses. And let me know if you do anything similar, let me know if you do anything crazy, let me know if you've got the Pip and Chip ones, because I'll be super jealous. So think about subscribing as well, because I do videos like this all the time, and I'll see you in the next video.